Here are some Christmas animation films, cartoon films, mostly from the 60s and 70s. I'll start out with this one that's from 1936, which has nothing to do with this, but it's called Christmas Comes But Once a Year. So anyway, here we go. So the first film, Yes, Virginia, There is a Santa Claus, from 1974. Okay, then we move on to A Christmas Carol, which is the 1971 animated film. It won an Academy Award for Best Animated Short. It was produced by Chuck Jones and the voices of Alastair Sim, Michael Redgrave, and Michael Hordern. Okay, so that was A Christmas Carol, 1971 animated short. And we move on to The First Christmas, the story of the first Christmas snow. That's 1975. We move into 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Again, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That's 1974. And then we go to The Night Before Christmas, which is from 1968. And we move on to The Stingiest Man in Town, 1978. Okay, this is a Rankin Bass production, and it's called again The Stingiest Man in Town from 1978. Then we move on to The Tiny Tree, 1975. That's starring Buddy Epson. Okay, and we move on to Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. That's 1962, and it's about 53 minutes long. And again, that's another Rankin and Bass production. We do now The Bear Who Slept Through Christmas, 1973. Then we move on to The Night the Animals Talked. That's 1970. Now, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964. Then we go to How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 1966. Then the 13th film is A Charlie Brown Christmas, 1965. Frosty the Snowman, 1969. The Small One from 1978. Then we have The Little Drummer Boy from 1968. And, this might be a little bit more serious because there is a death at the very beginning. So you might want to check it beforehand if that's something you want to show your kid. And we move on to The Year Without a Santa Claus. That's 1974. And we move to Santa Claus is Coming to Town from 1970. A Christmas Tree, 1972. That's again a Rankin Bass production. Then we have a sequel here, The Little Drummer Boy Book 2 from 1976. Then we have The Small One from 1978. And those are 20 films from the 60s and 70s. And a little, since I threw one at the very beginning from 1936, I will throw one from 1993. It's A Nightmare Before Christmas, directed by Tim Burton. Thank you and Merry Christmas.